So I've worn mini braids on my natural hair for the last 9 weeks, and then I'm taking them down in this video. I'm talking you through what to do with your natural hair after wearing long-term protective style, especially wearing mini braids. Let's go into today's video. So in my previous video, I showed you the wash process, talking to you about using certain products for dermatitis, psoriasis, dandruff, and any dirt that may be on your scalp after wearing long-term protective style. So here is a preview of that video. If you want to see that video in length with all the tips, you can go ahead and check out my previous video. This video is part of a series of one I wore mini braids. There's a whole playlist of the last 9 weeks of wearing mini braids on my natural hair to grow it long, healthy and strong. If you're interested in using mini braids to grow your natural hair, check out my mini braids for hair growth playlist in the playlist section. And there's also plenty of videos in my playlist sections talking to you about using long-term protective style. The best way to grow your natural hair is to use your own natural hair in mini braids. That's what I found, at least, and that's how my natural hair has grown. I want to say welcome back to all my new and returning subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you stopping by my channel and checking out my content. It really does mean a whole lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are gaining benefit. If you are and you like the content that you see, please do go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button, notification bell as well, and also share this with someone that you think might benefit. If you have any comments, pop them down below. Any questions, anything you're curious about my natural hair growth, I'm really happy to answer those. In fact, I prefer when you ask me questions, because that really bumps this video up in the algorithm and suggests this video to other ladies who might be interested in growing out their natural hair. So go ahead and do that for me. And once again, if you want to see this video in full about taking down such a long-term protective style, go ahead and check out my previous video. So here in this video, I'm showing you what I've done with my natural hair after taking it down, washed it out and rinsed it out. What do I do next with my natural hair? Sometimes after we've long-term protective style our natural hair for a long time, we kind of feel like, what do we do with our natural hair next? Where do we go next? We're always thinking of the next thing. But I talk about the importance of letting your natural hair breathe after you've taken it out of long-term protective style. There's so many articles on the damage that synthetic braids or protective styles do on our natural hair, and you know the best way is to use mini braids in your own natural hair to grow it out. It's really a good method, but it also has its own drawbacks in that if you do that back to back, you'll find over time it could weaken your hair. So give your hair enough time outside of that protective style to allow it to breathe. What I do is, after I've shampooed, conditioned and deep conditioned my hair, I section it into 4. I'm still checking my scalp to see if I've got any leftover residue, because after such a long-term protective style, you might need to shampoo your hair more than once. So I'm checking my scalp still to see if it's clean enough to continue on drying that also with a t-shirt or a t-shirt like material. That's the most appropriate for drying your natural hair, as the fibers won't agitate it at all. So there it is, it's gone into the night, and so the camera is gone a little bit dark, but hopefully you can still get some benefit from this content. So I tend to stretch my natural hair by plaiting it again and again. So I plait my hair 3 times, and by the 3rd time, my hair is like a low enough blowout state for me to do a protective style, such as a bun or something like that, for the weeks that my hair is not in protective style. Normally my choice is big chunky twists or a bun. And so what I'm doing is I'm sectioning my hair in 4 and then plaiting it. Sometimes I put the products on before I plait it. Sometimes I put it on after. In this case, I did apply them outside of the video, and I tend to use 3 products or so, not much more than that, before I put the plaits in. That's normally a leave-in conditioner, normally S-Curl, or I could use a little bit of my conditioner, which is Hello Hydration, in a shortened form or in a less concentrated form, and also go ahead and seal that on with any grease-like products that I have in my stash. I'm using a Care cream sort of grease, because that was gifted to me. That's what I'm using at the moment. And for my scalp, I would probably go again for some S-Curl. However, using too much S-Curl on my scalp, as I've stated before, does result in damage to my scalp, I think. I think it's too much medication. So I could also go ahead and use my virgin hair fertilizer. If you're interested in using virgin hair fertilizer to give you that bit of added growth, lots of playlists and lots of content here on my channel. It's a medicated formula which is similar to S-Girl, allows my scalp to stay away from dandruff for a few weeks. And anyone with dandruff prone scalp knows that anything that will allow your scalp to not have dandruff on for even 1 week is great, because if you follow your scalp, you'll wash it every single week. And so I use those 3 products on, something on my scalp, something along the length of my hair, and something to seal that in. And then I plait my hair. And these full plaits I'll sleep on them, the next day I'll plait them again, and the next day I'll plait them again. And by that point, my hair is stretched out enough just to put in a low bun or a high bun or anything I'm feeling. Normally it's a low bun. Taking care of your hair outside of long-term protective style is very important. Remember, we are protective styling our hair to grow it out long. And once it's grown long, we don't just want to keep protective styling it. We want to learn how to take care of our natural hair in all of its state. And so hopefully on my channel, you are gaining enough benefit. You're being empowered, and I'm cheering you on to grow your natural hair long, healthy, and strong. Once again, if you have any questions about my natural hair care, pop them down below. I'm waiting to answer those. I tend to answer them as soon as I see them pop up on my phone as a notification. So pop them down below. That's really the quickest way to gain access to me. And so yeah, make sure you take care of your natural hair this year in 2025. So much playlist, so much videos I'm producing for you in order for you to do that. So go ahead. If you put it off for a while, wore the wigs, wore the weaves, wore the braids, it's time to look at your own natural hair, study your own natural hair, and grow it out. If you're like me and you've never had long natural hair before, it can be daunting thinking long natural hair is for everyone else, but it's not. Through mini braids, mainly mini twists, cornrows, and other styles, I've shown you on this channel that it's possible. If you're interested in my natural hair journey, I've got several natural hair journey videos. Just type in Simply Chev natural hair journey and lots of videos will pop up. I'm going to do an updated one. You will see that I've never had long hair before. And if you look at those big juicy braids, you can see really the methods and techniques that I'm using is really growing out my natural hair. So go ahead, be empowered this year in 2025 to grow out your natural hair. If you're suffering setbacks, I've got videos on setback postpartum and any common problems that you might have. I have lots of videos on that. So really taking care of your natural hair doesn't even take a long time. I've got how to wash your hair in less than half an hour. I've got so many videos, over 500 videos here on this channel showing you how to take care of your natural hair. I've been doing it since the pandemic, and I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep making content for you. So there's my lovely hair. It's juicy, lovely moisturized natural braids there, and I will plait them again just to get another stretch and just wear that in a bun, which is also a protective style. You don't have to do mini braids, mini twists, these smaller styles. You can just go ahead, wear your natural hair out and enjoy it. As long as you're doing the basics to it, it will grow. Your natural hair is growing every single day. And these tips and practices that we do is to allow us to keep the hair by having long-term mini braids on my natural hair. I'm not in my hair every day. And in that way, my hair is growing out. I hope you've enjoyed today's video talking to you about how I continue to wash my hair and take care of my hair after long-term protective style. The importance of allowing your natural hair to rest. And I'll see you in my next video. It might be just general hair care tips for a few weeks while I rest my hair. But also there is another challenge coming up that's not so onerous. It won't take you so long to put in. And I think you'll enjoy that one. If you are still on the mini braids challenge, reach out to me below. I still have all the knowledge from growing out my hair in mini braids for you. So ask me any questions down below. Be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in my next one. Take care and God bless you. Bye-bye.